disclosure implies that North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is eager to cement his country's status as a nuclear weapon state ahead of Xi's visit.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. We have made it to a Friday. Friday, the 5th day of June for 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to get your day started the right way. All of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. A lot to talk about again this morning. The Nebraska men's basketball team will face an old rival this December as the Huskers will score off against Missouri at a matchup planned for December the 12th at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. We'll talk about that coming up. Nebraska's Deshaun Unger has been named one of the 14 finalists for the 21st Annual National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association Stopper of the Year Award. That's presented this year to the nation's top relief pitchers. NCAA Baseball Super Regionals will get underway today. We've got a champion in softball. Hastings Sodbusters and the Grand Island Fighting Cranes played again last night at Duncan Field. And Hastings 5 Points Bank got their weekend started with the Kansas City tournament last night. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, Hastings Runza also playing in tournaments this weekend. NBA Championship Series resumes tonight. Had a thriller on the ice last night, so all that and more is coming up for you today. Jim Sliker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network is going to join us at 7:30 today. Talk some ponies in Lincoln and get a preview of the Belmont Stakes, which is coming up tomorrow as well. So a full show for a Saturday as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. We're going to try this whole weekend thing again. Last weekend didn't go so well. It's a little bit after the show wrapped up, but we started having some stomach problems, and God knows we missed a couple of days here on the show because of it. But I think the bug's gone. I think the virus has been eradicated from the system, and I think we'll get a redo on a weekend that I didn't get last weekend. So
feeling better.
A little bit better all the time. It's
Baby
like that
steps.
beautiful Beatles song, right?
Yep. All right, it's a Friday. We might as well start with the action on the ice last night.
Hell yeah.
It was Carolina coming back to beat Las Vegas by the score of 4-3 in the Stanley Cup Finals, and now that series is tied up at one game apiece. Game 3 coming up on Saturday in Vegas. It was Seth Jarvis scoring on a power play goal in overtime to allow Carolina to erase a deficit in regulation. And they go on to beat Las Vegas last night by a score of 4-3. He hit the game winner 3 minutes and 56 seconds into the overtime session after a thrilling third period that included 4 goals being scored and another getting called off because of goaltender interference. So an exciting game last night in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final.
I mean, yeah, that's what you're going to watch here. I think, like I said yesterday, yesterday, this is going to be a 7-game affair, and this is what you show casual hockey fans to say, are you not entertained by this? This is what you put on display. You could bottle that third period up and say, if you've never considered watching playoff hockey, just watch this third period. It was up and down, a roller coaster ride. These are the two best teams in the NHL, and you're seeing it on full display, and it's great hockey right now. The last 2 games going to OT, getting decided by 1 goal. Carolina fighting back, getting Stoney to get the game-tying goal. Jarvie for the game winner. Jarvie wasn't on anybody's bingo card for an overtime game winner, but it takes some of these third, fourth liners sometimes to get in there, mix it up, and just put the biscuit in the basket. So yeah, this is great hockey on display. I'm looking forward to Game 3 for sure.
Vegas had a 2-0 lead in the third period and was actually controlling the game. The Golden Knights were 31-0-3 overall this season when leading after 2 periods.
All good things must come to an end.
Yeah, not last night. They were 31-0-3 overall this season when they had the lead going into the third period. They led at 2-0, but Carolina comes back and beats them in overtime 4-3. The Hurricanes became the first team since 1944 to win a Stanley Cup final game after trailing by multiple goals in the final 10 minutes of regulation. Yeah. So it doesn't happen very often. If you happen to catch it last night, the ice action last night in the National Hockey League, it was a good one last night between Carolina and Vegas.
Didn't even need the entire third period. You could have just watched the last 10 minutes and then the overtime session, and yeah, it was entertaining for sure.
NBA Championship Series will resume tonight. The New York Knicks will be playing at San Antonio. New York up on that series 1-0. They won the first game of the series on Wednesday, 105-95. So New York will play at San Antonio tonight in the NBA Championship Series. Saw this morning where the president, President Trump, is going to attend Game 3 of the NBA Championship Series. Remember, he said he was invited by the New York Knicks.
Last time we talked about this on Friday, I got sick, so
yeah,
I'm just going to shut up.
Yeah, hopefully this doesn't bring on your bug again. Anyway, he's going to attend the finals on Monday, evidently, in New York. And he says he just might hang around for Game 4 on Wednesday. Hell, what else does he have to do? Might as well just take in the New York Knicks San Antonio NBA playoff series games 3 and 4 in New York. Knicks playing in the NBA Finals for the first time since 1999. Again, they hold a 1-0 series lead over the San Antonio Spurs going into tonight's game. So the Prez, with nothing else on his mind, there's nothing going on. He can break away for a few days. He's going to attend the NBA Championship Series on Monday in New York. Might hang around until Wednesday. So, wanted to throw that
Spurs
out
are
there.
a 6.5-point favorite, by the way.
For tonight?
After New York won Game 1, when San Antonio was a 4.5-point favorite, now Vegas is doubling down?
Remember, they had to come from 14 points down, though.
Yeah, but why would that lead to a 2% or a 2-point increase on your point spread?
I think San Antonio will win tonight.
6.5?
What is 6.5 tonight? I guess
it sounds like Vegas is begging people to take New York.
Yep. Which means San Antonio will probably win tonight. I'll keep that in the back of my mind when I see the score and watch a little bit of the game tonight. 6.5 is the spread, San Antonio.
That's the morning line.
All right, so NBA going tonight. Let's see, a couple other notes we want to get to. The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals will get underway today.
Yeah.
Half of them go today, the other half will get started tomorrow. Remember, all these are best-of-3 affairs, and then the winners, the 8 Super Regionals, will advance to the College World Series in Omaha beginning next Friday. So the NCAA Super Regionals have begun today. We'll have Cal Poly playing at West Virginia. Ole Miss is at Auburn. USC is at North Carolina. And Little Rock is at Troy. Then the Super Regionals will get underway tomorrow. Oklahoma is at Kansas. Mississippi State is at Georgia. Oregon is at Texas. And St. John's is at Alabama. So we could see some new faces in Omaha this year. We're going to have either Little Rock or Troy is going to be there. They play one another, so whoever wins that super regional is going to be there. The highest seeded team left in the tournament is Georgia. I think they were the third overall seed, but number 1 and number 2 has been knocked out, so Georgia is the top seeded team remaining. Then you've got some people that have been to the College World Series before, and they obviously will be the odds-on favorite to win the Super Regionals. But I think a good weekend is in store for college baseball as well.
Oh, definitely. A couple of these series that I've got my eye on. I think the Kansas story, at least here in the Midwest, is kind of taken us all by storm. They've kind of become I guess, sort of a favorite based on the history that they have with that non-conference home and away with Nebraska that they do. And so I think, maybe the Jayhawks have a little bit of attention here locally. I'm going to be keeping my eye on the West Virginia and Mississippi State series. West Virginia for catching and second base prospect Gavin Kelly. Dude just hits bombs and has been fun to watch. So that West Virginia Cal Poly series, plus the West Virginia fans, is in Morgantown. If they get the dub, they all go arm in arm and do some John Denver, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. Yeah, the old Take Me Home country road. So that's good stuff. And then Tommy Vicinius, he's a shortstop prospect. I'm putting Georgia on upset alert. We had UCLA, who was the 2 seed, Georgia Tech go down in the regional competition, number 1 and number 2 overall seed. I'll put the Georgia Bulldogs on upset alert. I think Mississippi State's a really damn good baseball program there in Starksville, and they came up under the radar, had to come up as, I think, a 2 seed or maybe even a 3 seed in their regional. They've got one of the best top 10 shortstop prospects in all of Major League Baseball, and I'm very curious to follow him. And I think this is the stage where you see some of the big star players shine the brightest, and I think the top 2 are in the Morgantown and the Athens Super Regional.
All right, so that's NCAA baseball. We've got a champion in softball. Get the puke bags out. Texas.
I'm done puking.
Won their second straight softball national championship last night. They beat Texas Tech 4-1. Longhorns won in the first game of the best-of-3 championship series on Wednesday, 7-3. So Texas sweeps the championship series. 2 games. Tegan Cavan was named the most outstanding player after becoming the first pitcher with 2 shutouts and 2 saves in the College World Series. So for the second straight year, Texas wins the softball national championship down in Oklahoma City.
Trying to make sense of this Facebook comment here.
Well, we're going to get back to that. It's 7:13. You're waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Friday. Again, if you'd like to chime in with us, you can. 402-834-1330. 402-834-1330. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring that as well. Yeah, going back to hockey last night, I mentioned that a fifth goal in period 3 was disallowed because of goaltender interference. Mm-hmm. Now, you're a hockey nut. Mm-hmm. Probably Shane chiming in as one of those casual hockey enthusiasts who was watching the game last night. He has chimed in on our social media sites as well.
It's a little different, but yeah, I said watch the game again last night. If there is a goaltender interference, why wouldn't the goal count because the puck went into the net? Doesn't make sense. Like a pass interference in football, if the receiver catches the ball in the end zone, the touchdown still stands. Well, unless it's offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
And in this case, like if it's goaltender interference and the goaltender can't stop the puck from going into the net and the puck crosses the net, the goaltender was interfered with the puck crossing the net and therefore couldn't do his job, so the goal doesn't count.
So somebody was in the goal.
In the crease, was pushed into the goaltender. And the goaltender
couldn't make the play on the puck?
Exactly.
All right. Now, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm one of those casual hockey fans that might have a question on that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was somebody that was in.
Can't go in the little no zone.
Yeah. So the goaltender couldn't do his job. So although they got the goal, they disallowed it because the goaltender couldn't do his duty.
I mean, you can get to the crease, you can screen, you can get in front of, you can do all these things to obstruct the goaltender.
Yeah.
But if you make contact, right? Like, and it's all about, okay, and sometimes there's incidental contact, so sometimes it's a judgment area. But so long as you don't make contact with the goaltender and then prevent him, because if you're in his crease and you're trying to screen and you're getting in front of him and you're blocking him from the backside, the goaltender is allowed to literally take his stick and shove you out of the way. And that's
hit you with the stick.
That's the physical part of hockey.
Yeah.
And that's why the crease is the dirty area, and you don't go in there unless you're going to play a very physical brand of hockey. And sometimes that physical brand of hockey carries over just a little bit, and you make contact with the goaltender, and the referee deemed it at that point that it was too much. I think it was even a situation where the defender was kind of pushed into him a little bit too. And so at first glance, you felt that should have been an allowed goal. But yeah, goaltender interference was the right call.
You didn't have any problem with that?
No.
All right, so Carolina goes on to beat Las Vegas last night 4-3. That clears up our first comment off of our social media sites. Again, if you'd like to chime in with us, we're watching that. Just go to our social media sites and leave us a little message.
Yeah.
Shane says that makes sense now. Like
the guy on TV didn't explain it.
Yeah, the guy on TV didn't explain. Well, that's what we're here for. Mm-hmm. A major injury in Major League Baseball, Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
He's going to be out for a while. He's been diagnosed with a stress fracture on the first rib on his right side. He's expected to return this season, but Aaron Judge, the star for the Yankees, is going to be on the sidelines for a while. He's a three-time American League MVP. He has missed 3 straight games, as he has underwent various tests this week to pinpoint the reason for discomfort that had hampered him for an extended period of time. They say Judge will miss significant time. The Yankees have said he will be re-imaged in 4 to 6 weeks to determine his level of healing and the next step to take. So he's out for probably 4 to 6 weeks, probably longer. So a big blow for the New York Yankees in Major League Baseball. Judge was hitting .275 with 16 home runs in 43 games through May 12th. In his next 16 games after that, he batted just .180 with one home run in 71 plate appearances while he was dealing with this injury. And now they have finally figured out that he's got a stress fracture in one of his ribs on the right side of his body. It was causing some discomfort, and he hasn't been hitting the ball very well here lately. So they finally got him in for some tests, and now he's on the sidelines. Looks like a significant amount of time, 4 to 6 weeks, and then they're going to re-image him and see how the injury is healing and what the next steps are going to take. So they say he's going to be back sometime this season, but they don't know when.
Yeah, we need a outfielder on the fantasy baseball team to pick up the slack. Jack Caglione currently is batter up on the Sons of Pitches bench over here. I've just been, God, last year I was so dominant. We've been injured. We hit the injury bug. We lost Scooble. We lost Helsley.
Judge is on your team?
Judge is going to be in and out of the lineup now. So PCA got off to such a slow start. Bobby Witt Jr. Hasn't had the flash that he once has. It's been kind of a struggle this year.
What's the name of your fantasy baseball league?
What, the league or my team?
Your team.
Sons of Pitches.
God, that's a good name.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sons of Pitches.
All right. A couple of other notes. Some NFL stuff here today. First, it was Jaden Reed, now Christian Watson. Within a matter of weeks, the Green Bay Packers have extended their top 2 receivers on long-term contracts. Watson, yesterday, agreed to a 4-year, $110.5 million extension that includes $31 million in a signing bonus. This came after Reed signed a 3-year, $50.25 million contract extension back on April 24th. So the Packers have locked up their 2 wide receivers on long-term deals.
Nice.
Detroit Lions rookie wide receiver Kendrick Law suffered a torn ACL during Tuesday's OTA practice.
Brutal.
In a non-contact drill. He is out for the season. Law was selected in the 5th round of the 2026 NFL Draft out of Kentucky after the Lions traded up 13 spots to land him at number 168. He transferred to Kentucky in 2025 after starting his career at Alabama. So his NFL career is over here. Not his career, but his first year in the NFL is over after Tuesday's OTA practice. So that's a move out of the
tough break
Detroit Lions camp. We touched on this yesterday. Remember that fan who ran onto the court during Wednesday's NBA Finals and attempted to take a selfie with Wembley of the San Antonio Spurs?
Mm-hmm.
He was arrested. He was arrested for the incident on Wednesday, and now he's been given a lifetime ban from all NBA events and arenas. And a second individual who was part of this little incident also received a lifetime ban for his role. The County District Attorney's Office issued a statement yesterday confirming that the fan who made it onto the floor was a juvenile, before adding, "We are prohibited by law from discussing any information or details regarding the case." So they did say that he was given a lifetime ban. Mm-hmm. He can't go to any NBA games over the duration of his lifetime. Can't go to any NBA arenas. Him and his buddy. So they were both juveniles, and it was probably a triple
dog dare.
Yep, triple dog dare to go out, run out on the floor, try to get a selfie with Wembley from the San Antonio Spurs.
No one says no to a triple dog dare.
He made it onto the floor, got arrested, got taken off the floor, now he's got a lifetime ban.
It's a little harsh for juveniles.
I bet you could sneak in.
Just wear a mustache. Wear one of those little Bobby
he's a
Valentine.
Juvenile. 10 years from now.
Yeah.
I'm sure all their security type things that they have in place. They probably put his mug shot in there, and then when he goes through any ticket little deal, that it's going to come up like when you go into a casino.
Man.
So anyway, he got a lifetime ban for his incident on Wednesday.
Chiefs chiming in. PCA starting to heat up now. He needs to wake up the other bats in the Cubs lineup, according to Chief. Yeah, nice to have PCA doing good things for the fantasy team. He started off pretty cold. I was trying to trade him back to Ducky, but hell, she didn't even want him back when he was so cold. So, just been stuck with the best Cubs offensive player.
The Chief is in your fantasy leagues too.
He is in one of my other fantasy leagues. I have 2 teams.
God.
One is a league with some stakes and some skin in the game. The other one's just kind of a fun league. So, Chief and I are in the fun league.
The other one provides cash.
The other one provides. It's like a summer job. It's a small time investment.
Jeez. All right, waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for this Friday. Jim Schleicher from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network is going to join us here in just a couple of minutes to talk ponies in Lincoln and talk the Belmont Stakes. So hang around for that. Waking up with Mike and Tyson on Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen is applauding a federal court ruling that ends a nearly 20-year state policy allowing certain undocumented students to qualify for in-state college tuition. The decision strikes down portions of a 2006 law that provided resident tuition and some state financial aid benefits to students who meet specific Nebraska residency and graduation requirements. Pillen called the ruling a victory for federal law, saying benefits should not be available to undocumented immigrants if they are denied to U.S. citizens and other states, from other states, Meanwhile, Mary Lanning Healthcare has named Shannon Stouffer as next president and CEO. Stouffer was selected from a field of more than 100 applicants and will officially begin her new role on July 13th. Hospital leaders say her experience and commitment to rural healthcare make her well-positioned to lead the organization into the future. Stouffer succeeds President and CEO Mary Hensley, who announced earlier this year she planned to retire. And oh dear, a deer crashing through the front door of a downtown carny business has become a social media sensation. Surveillance video showed an animal shattering the glass entrance of Uninebriated before entering the store and leaving. Business owners and say no customers were injured and damage was limited mainly to the door and entryway. The unusual incident has quickly gained attention online, drawing thousands of views and comments on their Facebook page. Cleanup and repairs were completed soon after, and the business remains open. It is now 7:26. We've got Jim Schleicher on the way, but first, we got Mike Will with a check of your sports.
Yeah, Sports Today brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill. You can check them out at bamboospa.website or on Facebook. The Nebraska men's basketball team will face an old rival this December as the Huskers score off against Missouri. The matchup between a pair of longtime conference foes is set for Saturday, December 12th at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City. Both Nebraska and Missouri are on the upswing as the Huskers are coming off of a school record 28-win season and an NCAA Sweet 16 appearance, while the Tigers have reached the NCAA tournament in each of the past two seasons. This marks the second straight year the Huskers have played in Kansas City following last year's Hall of Fame Classic. The announcement marks the third non-conference neutral site game for the season. Nebraska will play Providence in Uncasville, Connecticut, and Boise State in Sioux Falls. Nebraska's Deshaun Unger has been named one of the 14 finalists for the 21st Annual National Collegiate Baseball Writers Association Stopper of the Year Award, presented each year to the nation's top relief pitcher. Unger is fifth nationally with 13 saves this season. He posted a 6-1 record this year with a 4.05 earned run average. Unger struck out 39 batters in 40 innings across 25 relief appearances, while limiting his opponents to a 2.03 batting average. NCAA Baseball Super Regionals get underway today. Cal Poly will play at West Virginia. Ole Miss is at Auburn. USC is at North Carolina. And Little Rock is at Troy. Tomorrow, Oklahoma is at Kansas. Mississippi State is at Georgia. Oregon is at Texas. And St. John's is at Alabama. The winners of the best of three Super Regionals advance to the College World Series in Omaha beginning on June 12th. And Texas won their second straight softball national championship last night with a 4-1 win over Texas Tech. The Longhorns won the first game of the best of three championship series on Wednesday, 7-3. Tegan Cavan was named the most outstanding player after becoming the first pitcher to record 2 shutouts and 2 saves in one College World Series. After checking your sports headlines, Coming up on 7:30 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
It's a foggy start to our Friday morning with the dense fog advisory in effect until 9 a.m. Other than that, we should get to mostly sunny skies, and then we focus on later this afternoon into the evening. There is a slight risk, 2 out of 5 on the threat scale. Large hail, damaging winds, the main threats. South central Nebraska is a little in question if storms will form due to warm air aloft. The better chances will be in eastern Nebraska, but keep an eye to the sky after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, carrying in through the evening hours. Other than that, it'll be hot this weekend with highs in the 90s.
As you wake up, get going this morning, we've got southeast winds at 8 miles per hour. Got a little bit of fog this morning, 65 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at Hamilton.
Bring the family out for a fun afternoon supporting a great cause. Join us Sunday, June 14th for Vintage Wheels, Timeless Appeal at District 14 Bar and Pizza, located at 1105 Theater Drive in Hastings. Come check out classic cars and motorcycles, enjoy carnival games, water games, and great food from Pitbull Catering, Serrano's Mexican Grill, and Lemonade Shack. Registration begins at noon, and the show runs from 1 to 5 p.m. Entry is just $15 per car or motorcycle, with free will donations benefiting Children's Hospital in Omaha through the Children's Miracle Network. For more information or to pre-register, contact Jana at jjzexer@gmail.com. Don't miss Vintage Wheels, Timeless Appeal, Sunday, June 14th in Hastings.
All right, Mike Willens, High Center Veronica with you. Let's huddle up on Extreme Sports for this Friday. By the way, no racing tonight at Camp Raceway in Hastings. The rains that we had this week, too much. Evidently, the track is underwater. The pit area is a mess, and it's not going to dry out anytime soon, as we've got a threat of more rain and possibly some thunderstorms today and tonight. So no racing tonight at Camp Raceway in Hastings. They are racing this weekend in Lincoln at the Beaumont Stakes. It's time to talk some ponies here this morning.
They're at the post. Now they're moving into the gate.
like to bring in Jim Slacker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network to talk some ponies. Of course, locally, the ponies right now in Lincoln. Nationally, we've got a big race. We got the Belmont coming up this weekend. So a lot to chat about here this morning. Jimmy, good morning to you.
Very exciting weekend of racing across Nebraska and the nation.
All right, let's just get started. What about the rain all week long? Did you get a little rain out your way? Things greening up a little bit out your way?
It's starting to green up, and yeah, we'll take anything we can get. We could still use more. The eastern part of the state seemed to have more rain than what we did, but we'll be thankful for every little bit that we got. So, we could see some more, like you said, this weekend. And so, like I said, prayers are out there, and we're just excited to see some rain.
Well, like Mike mentioned, Jim, big weekend in terms of horse racing. The final leg of the Triple Crown. We'll talk about the Belmont coming up here on the show. But let's first turn our attention to the weekend card here for Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing, and that's at Legacy Downs. Saturday, Sunday cards, a couple 7-race fields, and I think what was shaping up to be a pretty exciting weekend. Let's start with the Saturday card. What catches your eye?
Well, what catches my eye is obviously there's some good races this weekend. The weather's going to catch it a bit. Not sure what we're going to see for a track condition. Therefore, I was kind of looking at speed this week again, just because if we do have an off-track, speed seems to carry well. So, like I said, I'm gonna start looking at some last couple of weeks here of racing, and I'm going to go with the theory of an old movie called Let It Ride, because I think there's some money to be made this weekend. So we're going to take last week's winnings. We did have the long shot that paid $14.20. If you were on that, we have some money to continue playing with this weekend. So we're looking at best bets on Saturday. I'm going to go in race 4 right away with number 7, Chan the Man. The speed figures have increased every time he's run. He just missed it last out. He was a favorite. Races against most of the same horses in this race, but this time I think he'll get out and make the lead and get the win. And then we'll come back just a couple races later in the 6th race with our long shot. And she was a beaten favorite last time, not getting a lot of respect in the morning line. So Danielle, she was soundly beaten last time. Those were most of the horses in that race. A very good horse won it by like 7 or 8 lengths. There was no catching it, but I think she's going to come back and race really well on Saturday. So I think it's shaping up to be a good money weekend for us.
Jimmy, we've got the cash falling from the sky here as you picked up the long shot of the day last week. 14-20 shot. That's a pretty good payday for your long shot last week.
It is, especially when you sit and tout it and you sit there. And I did really like that horse. So 14-20, there's not it's not like going to the Belmont and you've got millions and millions of dollars in the pool. So, I'll take 14-20 any day on a long shot.
Jimmy, let's talk a little bit about this Saturday card. A couple races that catch my eye. One is the 7th race. A horse that's been fairly consistent casher for me has been Tiz Hoppin', and anything that has to do with hops, beer, I'm all over it. So I've been riding Tiz Hoppin' for the last couple of years for Fawner. He's going up against a pretty stiff competition. Ms. Callie is in this field, and then a horse that's coming in from Lone Star Park. This is the one that you've got circled, the 3. Bring on the bubbly. Are we popping some champagne on the 7th? Break down this one, because this is a pretty talented field.
Well, if you're going with the liquor angle and you've got the hops in there, you got to put the bubbly in there. But Bring on the Bubbly comes up from Lone Star. She run okay down there, but the competition just seems to be better down in Lone Star. Everything's better in Texas, as they say, but Nebraska is really improving. But, I do think that the running style that could be close up, and I think she's going to get the win just off of I'm just going to say her talent that she showed down there, even though she wasn't winning.
All right, talking with Jim Slacker, the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. Locally, the ponies in Lincoln this week. That was the a little preview of the Saturday card. The Sunday card, it gets underway at 1:30 with the first race post time on Sunday. Jimmy, what pops out on Sunday?
Well, there's no stakes races on either day, but like I said, there's some very good fields, and that first race there on Sunday could very well be a stakes race. It's a $15,000 optional claiming race. If you haven't won 4 races, you can run just as the allowance not have to be put in under the condition of $15,000. But there's some multiple winners in there that don't qualify for that non-winners of 4, so therefore they're running for a $15,000 tag. And we get into that, and Sarah's Court is one of the top runners in there, and I think she'll be a prohibitive favorite, but I think that horse should win again. She won against some of these same ones last time out, pulled away from them to win by 3 or 4 lengths, and her talent's going to get her home again tomorrow or on Sunday.
Again, that's Sarah's Court right out of the very first race on Sunday. That's the best bet of the day. Your long shot play, that takes us to the 3rd, and a horse on the rail position with the 1 spot draw in Juilliard Honor.
Juilliard Honor, if you remember going back a couple of years at Fauner Park, she was that horse was a true sprinter going 4 furlongs. She could get out, make the lead, secure the rail. She hasn't been doing that lately. She's in a new barn for her last few races. She's under the barn at, I believe it's James Compton. So Jimmy hasn't been able to get this horse the speed that it had in the past, but there is no speed in this race on paper. So if they can get that horse out, get it on the lead, horses that get out on the lead, get out comfortably, get a big heart, the confidence starts going up, and I think Juilliard Honor could easily be that type of horse on Sunday, and I do think we'll get 5 or 6 to 1 on Juilliard's.
That's the racing action in Lincoln, both Saturday and Sunday. Nationally, the Beaumont Stakes coming up this weekend. Jimmy, on Saturday, Tyson and I kind of talked about it yesterday. He's already thrown out 3, 4, and 5 as his exotic play for the Belmont. What do you think? Give us a little preview of what we're going to see in the Belmont.
Well, the Belmont is this is going to be a fantastic race. We have 5 horses that come out of the Derby. We have the winner in Golden Tempo. We'll see Renegade that just got photoed out. Chief Wallaby that finished 4th is back. We'll also see Emerging Market that was 10th and Correspondent that was 7th. But there was 18 horses in that field. This one's going to play a lot different with only 9 horses in it. Renegade shouldn't get into the problems that he had in the Derby and get a lot cleaner trip. That horse was banged around pretty good at the start. I look for Renegade to have a lot better race here, and so is everybody else. He's gonna be the favorite, but I do think he's well worth playing. But let's say it's going to be a tough race there, and if you're into horse races at all, this is the weekend to be watching at Saratoga. Normally the race, the Belmont Stakes is run at Belmont, but with the renovation going on, building basically a brand new $1 billion facility there, the race ships over to Saratoga, and Saratoga is one of the most historic tracks in the nation. Very beautiful. That's on my bucket list. I'm probably going to go there next year. But the pageantry there, and there's 6 races, I believe, this weekend that are $400,000 or more. Wow. That will be run there just on Saturday, and another group of them on Sunday. So, man, if you want to sit down and watch some of the best horses in the nation run, that's where it's going to be.
Well, yesterday on the show we made the mild wager, the $2 Exacta box. That's going to be a $12 ticket for me. I said 3, 4, 5 in my $2 Exacta box. 3, 4, 5. Jim, what's your hot ticket? What's going to make us some money on Belmont Day?
Well, I'm going to play it a little different than you. You've still got Renegade in there, which I do feel we have to have in there. I am going to be leaving out Golden Tempo, the Kentucky Derby winner. Not saying that that's not a talented horse, but a lot can happen in a mile and a half. And so I'm going to play a little bit of a longer shot here. Emerging Market was the favorite to beat Golden Tempo when they were running at the fairgrounds. Didn't get the job done. Then turns around and run 10th in the Derby. I think Emerging Market has a good shot at some big odds too. If you like Golden Tempo, you got to like Emerging Market. And another one that I'm going to be playing is Growth Equity. And Growth Equity just come out of the Peter Pan Stakes. He won the Peter Pan. An interesting tidbit about the Peter Pan is the number of winners that use that race as a prep race rather than going in the Derby, maybe going into the Preakness. They'll run the 1 mile Peter Pan, and the Peter Pan winner does real well. It's usually out on the front. So I'm going to look at Growth Equity as my long shot play there in the exotics.
Jimmy, we got into discussion yesterday. Is it the number 2 horse? What's the number 2 horse? Otani or something?
No, that's the 5.
5 horse?
Ottenho.
Is that the one that we were discussing yesterday?
That was yes. That's why I threw him in my sheet.
Why does that horse ring a bell, Jimmy? Did we talk about him earlier? It kind of rang a bell for us. We couldn't remember why he was in our memory bank.
Well, he run in the Toyota Bluegrass Stakes, if I remember right. Yeah, looking at that. And he was beaten by a really good horse, Further Ado, which was supposed to be one of the hot horses. And I do think that horse can run well. You also, he comes out of a good barn with Chad Brown, I'm sorry, and so should be respected a bit. Chad also has the prohibitive favorite for what would be the Philly Triple Crown running tomorrow, or actually that race is run today, the Acorn Stakes, and that was one that always a runner. Chad Brown last year said that horse, even before it made its first start, that's my Kentucky Oaks winner. Well, that stood up, and now it's coming back in the Acorn. And so, as I said, I do think as a trainer, both those horses do look well. But 20-1 odds on it, I think it's an exotic play, but probably not my choice to win.
All right, Tyson, I'm out. I'm out on your exotic play. I'm not part of your exotic play at 3, 4, 5.
I've come too far. I've come too far, guys.
Yeah, I'm not part of your. I'm not part of your little pool there on 3, 4, 5. Take me out.
All right.
Well, it's one of them when these horses. This is the first time every one of these horses is stretching out to a mile and a half. So a lot can happen there. Breeding wise, the 5 has plenty of breeding stamina to carry that horse a mile and a half coming out of Quality Road. So yeah, it could easily be there. I just think that there's so much talent there that I think Renegade's going to be the top horse, and then we'll play some underneath that one.
Yeah, probably Renegade and then everybody else. So that's what's coming up in the Belmont this week. So lots of good racing as far as the horse racing is concerned this weekend. Of course, locally in Lincoln and in the Belmont Stakes, you can I guess bet the Belmont anywhere you want to be. You can head out to Fauner and bet it. You can bet it in Lincoln if you're going to be around Lincoln this weekend. So the Belmont is out there and some good racing going on this weekend. Chance for you to win some cash this week, huh, Jimmy?
Oh, I think so, and I hope things can continue. When we look out at Saratoga, the last couple of days, this meet just started there, but kind of interesting. There's been 2 jockeys that have really stood out there, and it hasn't been the Ortiz brothers as we've seen in the Derby running first and second. Flavian Pratt and Manny Franco yesterday, I believe, each won 4 races at Saratoga. So 2 hot jockeys to watch going into today and tomorrow, and never throw out the Ortiz brothers. So,
all right. Jimmy, have yourself a profitable weekend. We'll catch up again next Friday, all right?
Well, that sounds good. We'll catch you next Saturday or next Friday, and we'll have some more winners for you.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Jim.
Jim Slacker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. Again, you can always go to his Facebook group site.
Facebook group.
Yeah, Facebook group. Go to his Facebook group, and you can follow all of his stuff on there. He's got predictions and all the latest info concerning horse racing, not only in the state of Nebraska, but elsewhere.
It's good stuff.
All right.
So you're out? You're out.
I'm out on your 3, 4, 5.
Come on, man.
I thought that was a different horse. I thought the 5 was a different horse than what Jimmy filled us in on. I thought that was maybe a horse from the Kentucky Derby. Obviously, it wasn't.
So when that horse cashes this weekend, and
that'll piss me off.
I'm riding on my pile of cash.
Yeah, I'll be watching my cell phone. It'll blow up.
My pile of cash on my $2 bet.
If that comes through, my phone's going to blow up on Saturday.
Are we racing NASCAR this weekend?
Yeah.
Where the hell at?
Michigan.
That's Speedway.
It's Speedway. It's a big one.
Big one.
So you got to get that in, too. God, you got a lot to do today. You got a lot to do today for a Friday. Anyway, waking up with Mike and Tyson. This is a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports at 7:51.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Start at the state capitol, where Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen is applauding a federal court ruling that ends a nearly 20-year state policy allowing certain undocumented students to qualify for in-state college tuition. The decision strikes down portions of a 2006 law that provided resident tuition and some state financial aid benefits to students who met specific Nebraska residency and graduation requirements. Pillen called the ruling a victory for federal law, saying benefits should not be available to undocumented immigrants if they are denied to U.S. citizens from other states. Meanwhile, Marylanding Healthcare has named Sarah Stouffer as its next president and CEO. Stouffer was selected from a field of more than 100 applicants and will officially begin her new role on July 13th. Hospital leaders say her experience and commitment to rural healthcare make her well-positioned to lead the organization into the future. She succeeds President and CEO Mary Hensley, who announced earlier this year she plans to retire. And oh dear, a deer crashing through the front door of a downtown carny business has become a social media sensation. Surveillance video showed the animal entering or shattering the glass entrance of uninebriated before briefly entering the store and leaving. Business owners say no customers were injured, and damage was limited to mainly the door and entryway. The unusual incident quickly gained some fire overnight on Facebook, drawing thousands of views and comments. Cleanup and repairs were completed soon after, and the business remained open. 7:53, 7 minutes until 8 o'clock. Let's head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
NCAA Baseball Super Regionals get underway today. By the way, sports brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings, America's first 24-hour holistic wellness center, located at 208 South Burlington. And you can also find them in Blue Hill. Anyway, the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals getting underway today. Cal Poly will play at West Virginia. Ole Miss is at Auburn. USC at North Carolina. And Little Rock is at Troy. Tomorrow, Oklahoma is at Kansas. Mississippi State is at Georgia. Oregon is at Texas. And St. John's is at Alabama. The winners of the best-of-3 Super Regionals advance to the College World Series in Omaha beginning on June 12th. Texas won their second straight softball national championship last night. They picked up a 4-1 win over Texas Tech. Longhorns won the first game of the best-of-3 championship series on Wednesday by the score of 7-3. Grand Island Fighting Cranes beat the Hastings Sodbusters 11-9 last night out of Duncan Field. Sodbusters will play in Fremont this weekend. Hastings 5 Points Bank opened up the Kansas City tournament with a 5-5 tie against the Natural Baseball Academy last night. Tregan Way threw 5 innings of relief and gave up 7 hits and 1 run. He walked 6 and struck out 4. Zane Thompson had 2 hits. Hastings is now 2-3-1 on the season. and will play the Kansas City Elite at 12:30 this afternoon. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes will play in the Tri-Cities tournament this weekend. The Braves will play Superior tonight at 8 out at Duncan Field. Hastings Runza will play in the Omaha Westside tournament this weekend. The Warriors have 2 games scheduled for today. The NBA Championship Series resumes tonight as New York plays at San Antonio. The Knicks lead the series 1-0. And Carolina beat Las Vegas 4-3 in overtime last night to tie the Stanley Cup Series at 1 game apiece. Game 3 coming up on Saturday in Las Vegas. That's a check in your sports headlines coming up on 7:56 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
It's a foggy start to our Friday morning with the dense fog advisory in effect until 9 a.m. Other than that, we should get to mostly sunny skies, and then we focus on later this afternoon into the evening. There is a slight risk 2 out of 5 on the threat scale. Large hail, damaging winds, the main threats. South central Nebraska is little in question if storms will form due to warm air aloft. The better chances will be in eastern Nebraska, but keep an eye to the sky after 4 o'clock in the afternoon, carrying in through the evening hours. Other than that, it'll be hot this weekend with highs in the 90s.
Southeast winds this morning at 8 miles per hour, so a little bit of fog. 65 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydromassage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
When your family feels protected under our roof, they are free to dream. And you can get a personalized rate based on how you drive. Customize what you pay with Drive My Way, American Family Insurance. Give Matthew a call at 308-389-9124 or stop in at 204 North Walnut Street in Grand Island.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, see the professionals at North Shore Real Estate of Hastings. Real estate is one of the largest and most exciting investments you can make, and the folks at North Shore Real Estate are here to make sure the process is a fun and rewarding one. They serve Hastings, Harvard, Blue Hill, Kennesaw, and several other communities within a 35-mile radius of Hastings. They'll give you the guidance and support you need throughout the entire buying or selling experience. Give them a call at 402-461-6930 or stop in at 100 North Shore Drive in Hastings. North Shore Real Estate. Excellent agents, outstanding results.
This summer, baseball lives on Extreme Sports. Extreme Sports is your exclusive home for American Legion Baseball, bringing you every big moment from Hastings 5 Points Bank, Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, and Hastings Runza. From the first pitch of the regular season to the intensity of the postseason, we've got it all covered. Every game, every inning, every highlight. Don't miss a single thing this summer. American Legion Baseball lives right here on Extreme Sports.
Yeah, next broadcast for Legion Baseball coming up next Wednesday as Hastings will play in Kearney at Memorial Field. Juniors game will be at 5 with the seniors game at 7:30 on the air of the pregame at 4:45. It's Hastings and Kearney coming up next Wednesday here on Extreme Sports. Again, all three City Legion teams in action this weekend. The Chiefs are in Kansas City. The Braves playing in the Tri-City tournament this weekend. And the Warriors playing in a tournament at Omaha Westside. So that's what's going on for Legion Baseball. Again, no racing tonight out at Cam Raceway in Hastings. The rains this week, too much. Evidently, the track has a lot of water on it. The pits are a mess, so it's not going to dry out anytime soon with more rain maybe today. So no racing tonight at Cam Raceway. They'll try to get back on the track next Friday night.
Get an opportunity to watch some college baseball then.
Yeah, some super regionals going on today. A handful of them today, and we mentioned the other half getting started tomorrow. Yeah, I guess if we're going to pull for somebody, are we on the Kansas Jayhawks?
I can ride that bandwagon.
Do they have a chance against Oklahoma?
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, I think that should be a good series. Like I said, there's a couple series that have my eye. I think the biggest one is Mississippi State, Georgia. Really curious about that. Ole Miss series after watching Ole Miss this past weekend against Nebraska. That's a team that's got a shot. So should be some entertaining baseball.
You're putting Georgia on the upset alert this week?
Putting Georgia on upset alert. I like Mississippi State in that series right out. Like I said, I like West Virginia. I think those are probably the two strongest teams remaining in the field, at least in terms of the eye test for me. Texas has been playing some really great baseball. I hope Oregon kicks their ass. And, we can get on Rock Chalk.
All right. So
those are my storylines.
It's going on this weekend. 3, 4, 5 in the Belmont.
3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5 is your choice on the Belmont?
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch the Belmont now just to see if that comes in. I have no other interest in the race, but I'm going to watch it just to make sure your 3, 4, 5 don't come in. Because if it does, we won't hear the end of it.
Oh, I'll let it go by Thursday.
By next Thursday. All right, so if you'd like to listen to the show again, we had Jim Sliker on from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. Talked to ponies for the weekend in Lincoln. Talked to the Belmont Stakes as well, and his choice. If you want to do a little wagering in the Belmont or the Lincoln ponies, make sure you listen to the podcast and listen to that interview again that we had on the show. Anything else this weekend that we may have missed? The Shrine Bowl football game is tomorrow in Kearney. That'll kick off at 4 o'clock. Josh Lewis, the Adams Central head football coach, is a member of the South coaching team. So that's going on.
There you go.
Ron and Carroll Cove Stadium, Foster Field.
Clean up the comments. Ryan Martin chiming in before the end of the show with the NBA saying no to a triple dog dare. The NBA, I believe I said, can't say no to a triple dog dare. And the NBA said no to a triple dog dare.
Yeah, because they arrested that kid.
And banned him for life.
Banned him for life.
Pete Rose gambled on baseball. This kid just ran onto the court.
Wanted to take a selfie with Wembley. That's evidently a no-no. So, anyway, hopefully you have a better weekend than you did last weekend.
Yeah. I don't know how it can get worse. So,
all right, so enjoy your weekend.
Thanks,
we'll
buddy.
Get back together again on Monday. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.